Hello, YouTubers. Thank you for joining me again on BrainBank TV, and this is the Football Index videos, 5 for short. And it's been a minute. It's been a little while, guys. I do very much apologize for that. I've taken a little bit of a sabbatical to get my head together and kind of readjust to life with regards to the coronavirus and the impacts it's had on all of our lives in general in the world, really. But yeah, I've been trying to get myself together and get back into work and whatnot. So I've kind of needed some personal time to get those sort of things ready and able to sort of picture moving on to that next step in what we have left of 2020 really. That said, I do miss you guys a lot, and I've actually really missed doing this, to be honest with you. And all jokes aside, so yeah, it's just nice to finally be back here. I do apologize about the hair. Unfortunately, I'm still kind of in the coronavirus hairdo because I've had no real reason to kind of get it cut really, with no job at the moment and uh, with everything going on, there's been no real time and any real reason, to be honest with you, to get it done at all. So I do apologize for the roughness of my do. But hopefully one day we'll get a haircut and we could come onto the videos looking really fresh and sharp for you guys. But anyways, um, I'll just wanted to get my thoughts on that out there. Lastly, I just wanted to apologize to any of you who have left me messages over the sort of month and a week or so that I've been away from making videos and whatnot on YouTube. I do apologize for not responding, and I've just had those responses sent out. So hopefully you can appreciate those responses, although they're very obviously very time late. But anyways, hopefully we can rekindle the rapport that we've had going between obviously you guys and me. So we'll see how that goes from now. But I'd just like to start off today. Really, there's not much going on that's not already been said. So a lot of this is all probably old news for you guys. I'm just going to go over some of the updates that have happened over the last week or two, and just talk about a little bit about my portfolio and just give you guys a reminder of what it is we do here and whatnot. So basically, the reason I've started with this is because of the downtime that's scheduled for tomorrow, and as from where I'm sat, this is the most relevant sort of update so far. That isn't out of date, so I've just thought I'd start with that just to let you guys know there's a half-hour downtime tomorrow between 7 sorry, between 5 and 5:30 British Summer Time. So there will be a downtime scheduled. So that's why I've left that on there in case you hadn't realized that there's one scheduled and you had something planned on the index or whatnot. Then do get your affairs in order before the downtime, or get your affairs in order once the downtime's over. So yeah, moving on from that, I'm just gonna read through some of the updates from Adam Cole on the 26th of '06. So this is going back a week and to about 2 weeks ago now, really. But again, I've not done any of these update videos for a while, so I just thought I'll cover some of the stuff that I haven't actually covered so far. See if I notice anything there. We can kind of elaborate on that a little bit. And also, we're just going to talk about the liquidity update also that was released by Adam Cole on the 26th. These two updates came on the 26th. So we're just going to run through that real quick and then just give you guys an update on my portfolio. And then we'll be done with that for today, guys. So just bear with me whilst I read through this, guys. So it says, Dear traders, football is back. The worst of COVID-19 feels as though it's behind us, and the Premier League, La Liga, Bundesliga, and the Serie A are all on track to finishing the season. In fact, we've an unprecedented run of wall-to-wall football straight through next season, the Euros, and on on into the 21-22 season, and awesome prospects. Let's turn our attention to Football Index and what we're delivering to our traders for next season. We appreciate that the we appreciate that in These uncertain times, traders are seeking as much certainty as possible from their football trading platforms. Firstly, we have the results of our last Football Index trader survey. Huge thanks to all who participated. It's been tremendously useful. You can use a summary of the results here. You can see a summary of the results here. We're acting upon the results as follows. So yeah, I do apologize for my lack of ability to read properly today, but yeah. So it says here the first point, dividend table. This will be published on the 9th of July 2020, Thursday, which is tomorrow, and will be in force from publication date through to the end of next season, at which point it will be replaced with the new dividend table for the following season. This new table will mark an increase in payouts, and as ever, we aim to deliver the most competitive returns to our traders whilst operating with a responsible and sustainable risk management strategy. We will continue to offer in-play dividends for next season. This is really good. So I was actually unaware of this, and I do apologize if this is all old news to you, but from the sounds of it, and this has been my kind of prior suspicions with regards to how the dividend table would work, and it does look like there's going to be some regular, probably yearly or seasonal changes to that dividend table, which would mean a lot of increases, kind of how companies pay out dividends to their shareholders every year, and companies like Coke and whatnot would put up their dividends year in year out to entice investors to continue investing money into that platform or that company. So that's essentially what football indexes kind of replicate here. And as such, it would mean that as time goes on, that dividends that you're getting for first place dividends of 5p at the moment would then increase to maybe 8p as a standard, maybe even 10, maybe 12, maybe 15 with as time goes on, which is insane really when you think about the passive income potential that then delivers to your portfolio on any given season. So that's really, really brilliant news. So we'll have a look. Maybe I'll do a video for tomorrow to just see if we have a new dividend table and see if we can compare it to what's currently out there and see what the increase is with regards to that. So that's really, really good news. I'm really hyped up about that little part there. So let's move on to the next section. It says March day matrix. So the match day scoring matrix will remain the same as it is today for the 2021 season. This will be close run question in our survey. This was a close run question in our survey with a significantly higher satisfaction rating than the median monitor. Those requesting change probably don't all share the same vision of what the changes should be, and there was a majority who either didn't know or didn't want to change. Consequently, we've determined to leave this matrix unchanged and to review again on the 21-22 season. We would like to thank all who contributed to this debate. So the match day matrix isn't changing. Um, Moving on from that, we've got the subheading Media Monitor. This will be changed for next season. All the changes will be designed to deliver results that most traders will intuitively consider to be correct. We are working hard to make this as effective as possible, and we'll post further information in the month of July with the improvements we plan to make. And also in July, we have planned a series of further updates to traders in order to give additional details on our roadmap to new features from NASDAQ and offering shares to sell to our IPO process and plans to timestamp shares. We want to offer further insight and information to our loyal traders. On the latter point of timestamping shares, I should make clear we want this in place later this year, and we will not expire any shares until 2021 at the earliest. That's interesting. Obviously, that doesn't affect me because I started trading on the platform this year, but a lot of traders might find this really good news. the fact that some of their shares won't get retired at the end of this season until next season. As stated, we will provide more information as part of our July communication. In any event, we will never make sensitive changes without significant notice to our customers. Regards to market liquidity offers and NASDAQ as a subheading. This is a this is quite a big topic, so I have written a separate article to find out more essentials, which is what we're going to be going over next. With regards to the updates with the partnership with NASDAQ and trying to increase the legitimacy of the Football Index platform. So Adam Cole says here, once again, I thank you for your support, and you are the most passionate community of traders, and together we'll make this an exceptional platform. Onwards and upwards, Adam Cole. So that's a brilliant, really nice update from that. Hopefully be looking out for that dividend table, see if there's any changes to that when it's published tomorrow. And if there is, we'll try and review that and see what kind of impact that might have on some of the shares that we already own in our portfolios. All right, so moving on from that, we're gonna just go over the market liquidity offers and NASDAQ update from the 26th of June 2020. So it says here, dear traders, as you probably know, improving our functionality of we're improving the functionality of our market by adopting other matching technologies provided by NASDAQ. So it says here, why are we doing this? We're determined to build a regulated and high volume market in football bets, and for these bets to be a legitimate alternative asset class underpinned by significant dividend yield. To achieve the same standards and volumes found in niche financial markets, we need to adopt the same principles and methodologies. We must also be compliant and transparent, and there can be no suggestion whatsoever that we have the control or ability to manipulate prices. In terms of the liquidity, we're aware that at this point there are still no bids on a number of players at the lower end of the market. You have our assurance that this number will significantly reduce over the next month. However, to put this into perspective, players without bids represent less than 0.3% of the total market, which is brilliant, really. Although we still feel the kind of the latency of the actual platform still, because there is still limited amount of buyers and sellers on the platform. We need more traders on it. We need the brand to grow bigger and bigger, and that seems to be at the front of what Adam Cole and the team is planning for the platform. So there is some exciting times to come for this platform. So you guys need to be very, very enthusiastic about that, really. So the next subheading, so it says the next step in our journey will be to the introduction of offers, which will replace the sell queue. The introduction of offers as part of the matching engine phase 2 will establish our credentials as a real market. Our target is to achieve this by the end of August. From there, we'll switch our matching engine order books across to NASDAQ. NASDAQ will simply simplify the transaction to becoming a compliant high volume alternative asset class. It's a huge declaration of intent. We'll move from what could be considered a slightly quirky bookmaker onto a much larger stage, which is very true. And it says we're well into the process, and we are already categorized by the Gambling Commission as a tier 1 operator. We're now operating with the majority players in the gambling industry, and are generally regarded as one of the most successful entrants into a sector in the past 5 years, which is I do agree with that. This has been a phenomenon really over the past 5 years. So, and they're still really at the infancy of what they're trying to achieve there at the index community. So I do have a lot of hope for this platform. To me, this is kind of finding Bitcoin all over again, almost. I don't want to push it out too far like that, but my experience of finding Bitcoin, this is kind of that one in a lifetime kind of germ opportunities to get involved with something that could create some financial worth for you for you in the long run if done properly. So moving on. Says in addition, on the entire IPO process will also be revamped with NASDAQ. Once our migration to NASDAQ has been completed, our intention is to build the value of our market to in excess of £1 billion as soon as possible, which is something I've always mentioned every time I do those updates with the comparing the FTSE graphs and showing you how football indexes currently are almost 110 or 120 million pound market cap, which is very, very significant when you think of the fact that they're heading straight up to $1 billion company with a valuation kind of thing, and that's always good for the guys already invested in the platform. So I guess something for you guys to note for that. So it says here the football index market will be driven by passion, not by forex pairs. Not by forex pairs. I don't get that. Is that a joke? The football index market will be driven by passion, not by forex pairs. That's I don't know if that's a joke or not. Or well, I don't really get that statement there because forex pairs are like currency pairs, like a pound cable, for instance, pound against the US dollar. So football index market will be driven by passion, not by forex pairs. I have no clue what that means. So guys, I apologize for that. If you do leave me a comment and elaborate on whether or not Adam Cole's just pulling a trading joke out the bag there for me. We will have the technology, NASDAQ partnership, and the process in place to achieve this goal. Onwards and upwards. Adam Cole, founder, CEO of Football Index. So that's brilliant, brilliant update again. Looks like a lot of things are moving forward as I thought it would when I first found this platform. There was a lot of promise shown from the team that they were willing to do whatever it took to kind of get themselves right in the front of what I would classify as a potential to create passive income for traders on the platform. So this is really brilliant news. We've got those updates done. The last thing I wanted to mention before I move on to just showing you a glimpse of what my portfolio looks like now. It's regarding this matching engine update. I want you guys to remember this, so you don't fall victim of some of the fines, not fines, but fees you're going to have to pay with regards to the promotion currently still running for the release of the matching engine. So you guys just make sure you remember that the matching engine, when it was released, there was a promotion attached to that release, which allows traders on the platform to place bids on the matching engine without actually paying a 2% commission. So you guys remember that the commissions will be reestablished once this promotional period is ended. So you just remember. So this started running on the 22nd of the 5th, 22nd of May. Um, I'll just read the whole stuff out. So it says here that the wait is almost over. The highly anticipated matching engine will be going live today, 22nd of 5th. There will be a period market downtime. That's just to talk about the actual matching engine coming out. So, however, we'll still be able to deposit and withdraw. So from 22nd to 11:59:59 British Summer Time, 22nd to the 31st. So the promotion ends on the 31st of July 2020. So you guys just be aware the 0% commission fee for placing bids on the matching engine will be scrapped as of that date. So just a heads up for that, guys. Although I haven't really used that, and that's something I was going to talk about on my portfolio. My portfolio has actually gone down in value since inception. It's actually just either fluctuated maybe five or I think the most I've ever done is about £25 above the actual portfolio whole value. But to be honest with you, I've not really had any new equity highs with regards to the portfolio size. But what I can say is the amount I get in dividends has significantly gone up. So I've got £118 in dividends here, and you can see that the payments of sorry, my all-time position on the whole portfolio as a whole is £235, which isn't bad when you consider the fact that the value of the portfolio, pardon me, is 1,165. So it just near enough 20% of the actual whole portfolio is pretty much sat as profit at the moment, which is really, really good. It shows there is some money to be made out of this platform. And if you think about the fact that I've actually bought a lot of random players over my period here, with regards to the sentimentality of my attachments to my football club, Arsenal, that being. Um, I've kind of done a lot of wayward buys, a couple of which I'm trying to get rid of at the moment, and I will get to do that, and hopefully I'll be able to reload on some of the gems that have been sort of popping out since the season's restarted over in the UK. So one like, who was I looking at the other day? Who had a really good game the other day? Not Pulisic for Chelsea. He's done all right. I've got him on my thing anyway. But I'm talking specifically about two players actually. We could put the Manchester City Phil Foden into that category. His performance and his testimony on the Football Index has been amazing. He's gone from rise to rise really. And the other one was, who was I thinking about? Who was I thinking about? Who had a brilliant game the other day? Oh, the Manchester United kid, uh, Mason Greenwood. That's it. He was phenomenal. He confirmed everything I kind of had a feeling about when I first saw him play at the early days of the season starting. And he's kind of one of those guys who will probably do some amazing things and some serious damage on the platform. So we're looking at some major changes in the coming season or so with regards to the leaderboards of that platform. I see a lot of changes happening. So it's just a matter of trying to position myself properly for that, and hopefully we can kind of move on from that and get some real gains going and some real payouts. But let's just see if I can just show you guys what I am trying to do is that dividend payout. If I can get it increased to a certain amount and as regular as they're coming at the moment, then we're kind of sitting really, really well, right? So we're sitting really, really well. So I'm just going to go through my transaction history. You can see here, look how the dividend payouts just are constant. They're just constant and constant. They come all the time, thick and heavy. And that's essentially what it is we're trying to achieve here. Like you barely see any money going out. If it's been going out, it's been going out to buy more players. But look at that. It's just dividend payouts, a lot of dividend payouts here, man. And that's what we're trying to do. If we can create a nice sizable passive income from it, then that's what life's about really, right? So that's what investment's about in general. Being able to create money from money, with as minimal a risk as possible, and having fun in the process. So yeah, that's all I've got for you guys today. I do apologize for my absence, and I look forward to getting more involved and seeing where this platform takes us over the next few years, because there is really a lot to write home about with regards to Football Index, man. This has got to be a dream for a lot of football lovers out there, to be able to mix the pleasure of football and making money at the same time. And I'm not talking about the traditional bets that you have. This is almost betting at a three-dimensional level. If you know what I mean by that, it is completely different class to what you find out there on Coral and all the other platforms that are kind of like that. So yeah, exciting times, and we look forward to seeing how that all plays out in the long run. Anyways, portfolio's looking all right. Everything's sweet, and I hope you guys have been staying good and everyone's doing great. That's all I have for you today. Join me soon for some more videos from Football Index videos, and I see you shortly. Bye for now.